Gaffer, when you're looking for a winner and one of them pops up, that's pretty special, isn't it?
It was worthy of winning any game, any level. I was right behind it, and I thought you can't do it twice. That was better than the one against Oldham. You can't save them. The dip's so late, and he's got a good quality of doing it, and they deserve to win the game.
Talk to us, from being a previous footballer yourself, how difficult is it to do what he's doing in that circumstance?
It's a hard skill, and in terms of how he hits the ball, he hits it with the side of his foot to get that dip. It's an area of the foot he hits, and it all of a sudden it just dips so quickly, and there's just no way you can save it. And it's in the stanchion nearly, and great accuracy. And I don't think he had his best of games, and he knows that himself. Just at half time, we needed to try to get him on the ball more, but he needed to do more himself to get on the ball. Because teams are watchers, and they'll be aware that they don't want him to be getting in areas where he can shoot. But when he can do that, I mean, he's a special player, the boy. The
game didn't go to plan from the start, did it? I mean, going behind. What were your thoughts then? How did you have to readjust?
I just felt that we spoke before the game and in the week about starting the game better. I don't know when they scored. Was it 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was quite early on. Yeah.
And again, it gives them an advantage. But I just felt we were a little bit impatient in the first half. They played a diamond, and I feel the best formation to play against is the one we played today. I didn't know whether we'd play the diamond or a 4-4-2, and I just felt we needed to be a little bit more patient. There was areas of the pitch I felt we were getting a bit of joy, in particular on the left with Joe Nealworth. I thought he was outstanding. And then of course corner timing of the goal is important just before half time. And I just said to them at half time, there's one or two areas, midfield I felt we should have won more second balls. Marcus, we spoke about getting him on the ball and him playing in space a bit better. I just felt him and the two strikers were a bit too flat at times, but second half I thought we were dominant. I mean, I don't know how many corners we had in the game. I thought we were dominant throughout without really threatening them. In first half we hit the post. Could have done better with corners because the quality at times was good. Second half we should have been winning really by more than one goal.
You had to make an early substitution, didn't you? Bring Burgess off and Santos on. What was the reason behind that?
He just slipped when he had the ball, and the pitch, unfortunately, at times the grass is coming away from you, and there's quite a few. We said that before the game. You got to be careful. You can slip on it for whatever reason, and he slipped and he felt his hip. We kept it for 5 minutes, but there was no risk. There was no need to take a risk. I've got young Santos, who I thought did very well when he came on, and just shifted Bozzy in one and Jack out one. I felt we did well with them three.
Joe Neal obviously getting man of the match. I know you mentioned him then, but he's certainly a player that's sort of coming to age now, isn't he? He realises himself that this is his season to make his mark, and he seems to be doing that when he's been playing.
I feel that Joe's got all the ability in the world. I know the boy feels a part of this team. He feels he belongs there, and sometimes it takes people or players a while for that to happen. We've had some very, very, very good players at this club, but I feel that ability-wise he's good. He's better than any of them. I really do. I think he's got everything. He's quick, his size, his physique. Now he's a strong lad. He can beat people. He needs to add goals in whatever position he plays. I thought today he was outstanding, and I was glad he got man of the match, because I think at times he's been harshly dealt with in terms of he's never been a fan's favourite, but he got a great ovation, so he should have. The boy's coming of age. I feel he's got a big future ahead of him.
Connor, now that's 3 and 2
yeah.
for Connor, and that's exactly what you want, the sort of form from your strikers, and that's not to even mentioning the assists that he does.
I think he's had about 8 assists. He's had 4 and 4. He got 2 last week. I don't know if it's been given to him. It was definitely his goal. If you watch the video, he's headed it in. He was a constant threat. I hope that he can go on a run now. I thought he played very well again today. He hit the post. He caused them all sorts of problems. We should have won by more than the odd goal. But no, he's got his confidence. Strikers need that, and maybe he lost that. I just reminded him last season when he was on a good run, and showed him a couple of DVDs and stuff, and I think he's playing well at the moment.
I've got to ask you, with having a player like Madison who can create magic like that, because there aren't many players like that about, how difficult would it be for us, yourself, to keep him in January?
I don't think it's difficult. No, not at all. That won't be difficult. That won't be difficult at all. I think we've got our own ambitions at the football club to progress and be successful, and he'd be a part of that, and I don't think that's going to be an issue.
I suppose probably money talks, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be an issue. I really don't. I think obviously we've dealt with many situations at this club in terms of clubs making bids. I think all the clubs that looked at him when we bought him will probably be still looking at him, but they didn't take the decision we did to bring him in. I think he can play in all different positions. I think he's got loads to learn, loads and loads of potential. And of course, yeah, money talks. You know, if someone bids £8 million for him on January the 1st, and he's gone.
Let him go for that, 10 mil minimum, surely.
I'm never going to put a figure on a player, but of course, if someone did that, no one will though.
But I suppose they're the sort of players you'd love to work with, love working with, aren't you? You know, the ones with the talent, but still got plenty to learn. You can mould them.
Yeah, I think we do well with those sort of players, the individuals, they excite people. You know, I've just had a fan come up to me there, an elderly chap, saying thanks for the entertainment. I think that's important. I think we want to entertain. And but not only that, I think we've got good defenders as well. With 3 at the centre halves, whether it's 3 or 2. You know, Baldwin I thought was excellent today. Our goalkeepers, we're lucky to have him. He's at a higher level for me. So I think it's not just them, but you know, Marcus is similar to the sort of player we've had before. And then look at my bench. I mean, it was hard to know who to put on. I've got Kenny, I've got Erhan, I've got Mendes, I've got Luke. You know, I've got 4 strikers really on the bench. So I've got great options.
With form like this, it's obviously nice that we haven't got to wait long till the next one, and we've got Crew coming up on Tuesday night. Will you be looking at having it much the same? Because obviously, when a performance like that, it's hard to shift them around.
Yeah, we'll have a look at Crew, but we'll pick what we feel is our strongest team. The one thing we do know about this league, and it's something I can reflect on, is that you know 2 teams around the bottom 4, Yeovil and Gillingham, we've lost to away from home because our standards haven't been right. If we get our standards right, we're hard to beat, or we'll give people a game. You need a bit of luck then. But if you drop it against any team at this level, I think 9 times out of 10 you'll get beat.
Any injuries ahead of
just Burgess? Everyone else will be training tomorrow.
And finally, obviously, the new stand looks nice now. What are your thoughts?
Lovely. I came in this morning and I looked at it when it was obviously empty, and well, you know, when there was nobody else. It was empty today, but no one else around. And it's exciting times. The training ground is nearly complete. That'll be complete in about 3 or 4 weeks. The stadium's looking really nice, you know, and yeah, it's good times, you know. And the big thing for me is the difference is the team spirit. It's outstanding. It's the best I've ever had as a manager. And I've had some really good squads with good team spirit, but this beats a lot. Well,
I suppose if you look at when you first came to the football club to now, you know, the training ground, the stadium, the amount of players that you're bringing through youth level wise, the team spirit that you just mentioned there, it's all falling into place for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the club, the people at the top, obviously the chairman and you know Bob and Barry and the directors and all the people that work so hard, you guys as well. I think you should be proud in the fact that this club is developing into a good club, with also getting hopefully success. We've had success. The big thing for me is developing our players and being young and improving them, and whether that be right the way from 14s all the way through, that's a big thing for me.